As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky with fire, the island shore whispers with the promise of both tranquility and hidden danger. Haru meticulously prepares his fishing net, unaware of the looming shadows that stretch across the sand. From a distance, his grandfather watches, his weathered face etched with worry, a silent guardian against the encroaching darkness. The old man's voice carries over the waves, a stark warning against the serene beauty of the evening. "It's a calm day, Haru, but remember, quiet nights come before storms," Haru responds, his youthful defiance clashing with the ancient fear. "Grandpa, don't worry. The red moon is just a myth, right?" Under the crimson moon's eerie glow, the island's silence is broken by turbulent waves. Haru spots a small wooden boat drifting aimlessly, a harbinger of an unknown destiny. He rushes to the boat, finding Micah unconscious, a mysterious tattoo hinting at hidden powers. He carries her onto the shore. Her eyes flutter open, revealing an unnatural blue luminescence. Micah's intense gaze pierces through him as she whispers, "You are the final key." Haru stammers, "What? What do you mean?" On the dark island, Micah's eyes blaze with raw terror as she pulls Haru along, the chilling cries of unseen creatures echoing behind them. "If we stop, we die," Micah cries, her voice a desperate plea against the rising tide of horror. They burst into an abandoned hut, a fragile sanctuary against the relentless pursuit. Inside the hut, Micah collapses, her breath ragged and shallow, the sounds of the encroaching nightmare still ringing in her ears. Under the crimson gaze of the moon, the island's dark secret looms, a symphony of terror played out in crashing waves and unearthly cries. The night pulses with the sound of wet, dragging footsteps circling the isolated hut, a prelude to unseen terrors. Inside the fragile shelter, Micah and I huddle in breathless silence, listening to the ominous sounds. A violent thud shakes the wall, testing the hut's fragile defenses against the unseen menace. "What are those things?" I whisper, fear choking my voice as Micah's eyes narrow with grim resolve. Micah draws a shimmering dagger, its blade humming with anticipation, ready to face the depth sentinels. Deep in the damp, earthy tunnel, I crawl forward, the air heavy with the scent of wet soil and forgotten ages. Strange symbols glow faintly on the walls, their ancient secrets pulsing with hidden power. A shiver runs down my spine as I touch one of the symbols, feeling its faint energy. Micah stops abruptly, eyes wide with a mixture of surprise and realization, whispering, "It reacted to you." I stand up, confused, and ask, "What does that mean?" Micah steps closer, answering, "It means that you're not just a fisherman." The tunnel gives way to a vast, hidden cavern, its walls ablaze with luminous blue crystals. I stumble back as the water stirs, ripples spreading across its surface. A deafening roar shatters the stillness as cracks spiderweb across the walls, icy water flooding the cavern floor. The sentinels reappear, their glowing eyes fixed on me with relentless hunger. "Into the water now!" Micah shouts. We plunge into the glowing pool. An unexpected warmth envelops us as the shadows of the sentinels vanish above. The cavern vanishes, replaced by an underwater current, leading us towards a vast gate covered in coral and chains. Haru and Micah are immersed in a breathtaking underwater realm, where golden light dances off colossal coral arches. Schools of silver fish glide with mesmerizing synchronicity, weaving through the crystal-clear waters. Okeanis rises majestically from the seabed, its glass-like towers spiraling towards the surface, a beacon of wonder and mystery. Armored figures stand guard at the city's entrance, their tridents gleaming ominously in the filtered sunlight. Micah warns Haru, "Welcome to Okeanis. Do not speak unless I tell you to." Micah cautions, her voice hushed. "The king doesn't take kindly to outsiders." Haru is led through Okeanis, a city alive with luminous flora and fauna. Before him, the king sits on a throne of leviathan bones, crowned with living coral. "Boy, you are the son of Kayan. I thought his bloodline was lost." Haru's voice echoes in the throne room. You knew my father? The king's tone darkens. Knew him? He stood here 20 years ago. He tried to seal it, and failed. Micah's urgent warning cuts through the air. Your Majesty, the Depth Sentinels have returned. The Abyss King is moving. A violent tremor shakes the throne room. Dust rains down as the king declares grimly, It's already here. Through the towering windows, a monstrous sea creature approaches, its obsidian scales gleaming with terrifying speed. Amid the chaos, Micah urges Haru, Stay close to me. As guards rush to defend the gates, the monstrous creature breaches the throne room, scattering debris as the king hurls his trident with a mighty roar. In a moment of sheer terror, Micah is seized by the creature's claws as Haru cries out her name, then darkness. In the abyssal trench, Haru awakens with a start, finding himself bound to a colossal stone pillar. The oppressive darkness and bone-chilling cold amplify the dread as metallic echoes resonate through the water. A deep, commanding voice shatters the silence, announcing the arrival of the Abyss King. Emerging from the shadows, the Abyss King's towering figure, clad in black scale-like armor and a jagged mask, instills fear. The Abyss King declares, So, the blood has awakened. Micah floats unconscious, suspended in a sphere of swirling water behind him. In the crushing depths, the King of Okeanis descends, his presence radiating authority amidst the gloom. Elite guards, their faces grim, flank him, their tridents and spears glinting ominously. The Abyss King unleashes a devastating shockwave, convulsing the water and shattering the soldiers' formations. Amidst the chaos, Haru closes his eyes, his face a mask of intense concentration, drawing on the energy within. On Micah's hand, the seal flares with brilliant light, unleashing ancient power as the chains binding Haru strain. The chains snap apart like brittle twigs, and the water around Haru spirals into a vortex of raw energy. In the crushing depths, Haru navigates the relentless currents, a lone figure against the Abyss King's might. Haru's hand slams against the underwater gate, the seal's power igniting with radiant force. The King of Okeanis unleashes his trident, a decisive strike that pins the Abyss King. The Abyss King, impaled, is pinned against the glowing gate, his dark reign momentarily halted. This is not the end. The tide always returns. The seal flares, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. As the Abyss King's words echo,